Yo, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Sam. That's your boy. Yeah, I know. Adam's not here. Yeah, it's been a long year. I know the pod we haven't filmed in time, and yeah, life hit us, innit? It's just what it is. But yeah.
Swansea first, then in what they call it? Yeah, but you know where Russia is. Bro, I don't think you know geography. Oh, true. So you're telling me Russia, yeah, instead of driving down or flying over, they'll first go island, innit? Okay, that's true. First go island.
Wait, do you know where Russia is?
Yeah. Okay. That's the only.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you've established that respect because
Even me as well. You guys, some people were requesting for my socials. Is it? Yeah, so I'm gonna put it down in this one as well. You know, add it up or message me whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? First female on the podcast. True. Come on, that's something to be proud of.
Yeah. My name's Daniela.
Sight! It's another season of WTBI. Obviously, I'm not gonna be on it for now. I'm gonna be behind the scenes. Yeah, my setup is right there. I'll show you guys myself. But I'm gonna be behind the scenes. We got a new host, 2 new hosts. Hey, it's gonna be different this time. You can see we got a little WTBI merch. We kind of upgrade. We kind of upgrade this time. Like, feel me? Like, we got lighting, we got everything. Like not proper setup, but we're gonna start gradually and we'll grow to a proper like studio setup. And yeah, but for now, let me introduce to the new host. We got Omar. Who's Omar? Like, tell the WTBI what they call it. Not fans, but
I don't even know how to answer that question. Who's Omar?
Yeah, like,
I mean,
such a weird question to
I'm here in Swansea studying computer science. I live in London. Some people say outside London, but I count it as London.
Where's that?
Is it
Dartford is London, bro. Come on.
Yeah, Dartford
It's London. It's London.
It is London.
It's London. When I post on Snap, when I scroll, it says London. It doesn't say Dartford, so it's in London. And then yeah, Swansea's a nice place. I'm here, obviously with matching with Sam and just chilling.
And we got some background audience that don't want to be on camera.
Machi, how's your day been?
My day was okay. Do you guys want me to introduce myself or no? No, I told you to do him first. I was just gonna go second.
Okay, yeah,
and just say
second, yeah.
everything that he said.
Okay, let's go second. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So my name's Machi.
Come on.
Yeah.
Big match.
Don't do that. What's it called? I study law. Am I supposed to say what year I'm in? No,
No, you don't have
point
to.
in doing that.
Yeah,
What's it called? I'm technically an international student, but I grew up in Ipswich, and yeah, that's basically it.
Ipswich in the UK.
Yeah, it is. It's like
I'm not asking questions.
it's like a couple like where Essex is, so like Colchester. It's like half an hour away from Colchester, and we're in the Premier League this year, so it's like a serious town. I
Ipswich
promise.
is gonna get relegated, bro.
Please
100%.
don't do that. That's not very nice. We only just made it. So why would you pray on our downfall?
I'm not praying you down.
Ipswich is a lovely town, guys. But yeah, that's about it.
What about you, Sam? Where are you from? Talk
Me?
to us, yeah.
Shit, I'm from everywhere, man.
Come on.
I'm,
Man.
Everyone's so
I can't lie. At this point, I'm from Swansea, man. I'm from Swansea.
I don't think you want to claim that, bro.
Why?
What do you mean? This place is so
Like
amazing.
Swansea's
Swansea's nice, you know. To be fair, it's not that bad. It's alright.
Are you guys being serious?
It's actually kind
for a growing city.
What do you mean?
No, I was asking if you were being serious. Not even nothing like that. Yeah, it's great. I was asking if you were being serious.
Swansea's a like is a beautiful city. Like
Yeah.
for developing, like even though it's like still developing, like I prefer Swansea to London, definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
To be fair, I kind of see where it's coming from because London is just busy. Swansea is more quiet.
Do you like a busy town though?
Busy is nice, but London is the kind of busy that you can't turn off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just constantly active.
Swansea is like you see the same people all the time.
I guess so, but Swansea's like, you know, a community. You're meant to see the people.
It's not. No, I won't say Swansea's like
So
a community.
little. Like it kind of starts to get repetitive because you've basically done everything at some point.
But
there's no like surprises. Well, there is barely. You get some, but barely. It's kind of the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it's a bit repetitive. But then Cardiff is just down the road, I guess, 45 minutes away.
To be honest, I've been Cardiff, and I still prefer Swansea to Cardiff.
I don't know about that. I can't back you on that take, bro.
Yo, I don't know. I kind of like the next place I'll probably say I'll prefer more than Swansea is like Bristol. Like so far I've been to Bristol.
So you're not saying Manchester, you're not saying London, you're not saying Liverpool, you're saying Bristol.
Nah, Bristol is the place, man. Like Bristol, you have the mixture of like a big city and like a rural area and like even a beach, like a beach side. Like you have a mixture of the three like
Fairs.
three things, like like this the big city, the like what do you call it? Like farmlands and shit, and also like the beach, like you're next to the coast.
You know, I've really never like spent any time in Bristol.
Yeah.
I always go through with the train or stop to get my hair done, but I never like actually went into Bristol town.
I've never been to Bristol actually before.
Yeah, like it's just not somewhere that I've.
So hate then why like, you guys just went to hating on Bristol.
No, I wasn't hating on
We're not
Bristol.
hating Bristol. I'm just not.
You're waiting for you to explain now. I just don't agree with your Swansea take. Is in my honest opinion.
Is it?
Yeah.
You guys don't think Swansea's like
Swansea better than London is a very serious take to have.
Yeah.
Maybe because I just like somewhere quiet. That's
That makes sense. That makes sense. Actually.
Different strokes. So I don't know.
How's you guys' days been? Like,
it's been alright. Uni
anything we've been up to anything today?
Uni is playing with me, guys. Being a uni student in November is a form of torture.
It's actually not easy.
It's so mean. It's so mean. Especially in November. It's horrible.
This uni is the only uni I know that they give you deadlines on the weekend, fam. I've never seen that before.
Oh, fairs?
Deadlines on the weekend. Sunday.
I've never been.
On a Sunday. Your deadlines on a Sunday
And it's
afternoon.
insane how we don't get reading week. I don't understand why we don't have reading week.
Do you not have reading week?
No.
Are you sure?
Oh, you have reading week? In my
think we
3
had
years
reading
of being here, I've never had reading week.
We didn't have reading week last year.
My course just like, I don't know, I just don't have reading week, and it's so upsetting because everybody else does it. When we do like so much reading, surely they would give us some friggin' reading week.
Yeah.
But no, we don't have reading week.
No,
it's really upsetting. But anyway, what can we do, Sean? At least it's almost home time.
But yeah.
No, it is. Because it's December.
Are you going back to night for December?
It's December.
Quick one. What, I know we're just jumping from
topic.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think about yesterday's election? USA.
This is what to avoid.
Oh, you're trying to avoid it.
I just think it's like insane that they voted like an actual felon, like
Me personally,
wow.
I think.
Crazy stuff.
Me personally.
Wait, you're not for Trump?
I don't think.
Would I be now?
Wait, are you for Harris?
I didn't say I was for either. I just said I'm not for Trump.
I think me personally, I think a lot of people, forget what elections actually are. I think some people, it's kind of like democracy is democracy. It doesn't have to make sense. So, like for example, I could run for.
Sorry.
What?
So okay, let me. Democracy.
I think making sense was the whole point.
I know, but democracy. The fundamental of democracy is that the people's decision can be backwards, but because the people decided, it's law. So, for example, right, I could come out with a step-by-step plan on how to fix the country, but because of democracy, even though my plan makes a lot of sense, they could vote somebody else because they prefer him.
True.
Which is exactly like some people might say, oh, Trump had no, solutions to the problems, but because more people liked him, he was voted in. You get what I mean? So people might say, oh, why would you vote for him? It's a popularity contest. You can come with all the problem fixes. If nobody knows who you are or nobody likes you, you're not going to get voted in as president.
He's just not the most morally upstanding.
True.
100%. Yeah. I feel like.
Why would you want to vote someone that doesn't like?
He's not like that's the thing. He's not perfect. That's why. I think
it's not about him not being
perfect.
You can relate towards
him not being perfect.
Can you relate to him? You can relate to Trump. You know he doesn't like people that look like you, but you can relate to him.
No, he doesn't. No,
I know. To be fair, I feel like this election, right, that's happened. It shows. It kind of shows two things about Americans in of itself, and I think I'm gonna compare it to the UK, right? One, obviously, Trump winning the election. I believe whoever was on
Can we cut out all this Trump shit? I really hate this, like,
Why?
this conversation that people are forcing us to have, like, all the time. But keep going, guys. Yeah, somebody will come and actually eat my head. You know, these white supremacists don't play. Please.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. You know, this morning, right? When I saw the polls, when it was like 214 to Camilla and 267 to Trump, I sent somebody a laughing emoji. They blocked me on Snap, unfollowed me on Instagram, everything.
Wait, okay, you can add this part in.
Just for a laughing emoji.
I'm actually just really like, I don't know, I'm so tired of speaking on the subject because the same thing always happens like all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
so let's just give a disclaimer. Like what's it called? Like this, our opinions don't even count. We're British.
Yeah, and please,
like, we're not even American.
We don't get affected.
Student,
you get what I mean? We don't get affected by American politics,
right
so it's not.
We're
not pushing any agenda.
They don't cancel you based on your location. They cancel you based on the fact that you knew it was wrong for you to say that because people get offended.
But people can get offended by
everything.
everything.
We're saying doesn't matter right now.
Because for me, I only have.
We're removing this. Are we removing
Because if
this?
an American person was like, "Oh yeah, Prince Charles is a paedophile, goes around touching people," there'll be British people who go out and shoot them.
But if he was a paedophile, are we allowed to say? It's just what he is, isn't it?
But like,
forget you're in this country. When they
that's why I
catch
said if he was like.
You don't want to say that in this country.
No, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm saying I asked the question. If he was, are we allowed to say?
But
I just think Trump is like the Tinubu of America. It's just so
I don't even think
Tinubu is crazy. If you guys don't know what Tinubu is, like the president of Nigeria.
It's so upsetting.
my nigga.
It's so sad.
Yeah, somebody said that earlier. Somebody said that Trump was the Tinubu of.
Yes.
Because for me,
T-Pain here, T-Pain there, T-Pain everywhere. Oh, it's actually so upsetting.
with the American politics, there's only two things obviously I took away from
cut that
this.
part out, please. Can we just cut this whole thing out?
Talking about Tinubu. When you go back over.
I should no, please. I'm so okay. We can start. You can put it in from here.
You can't go back to Nigeria.
I'll keep my mouth shut. You stop. You can talk.
But what I was just saying about the American election, obviously there's two things that I kind of took away from the whole thing. Obviously, number one is, I guess obviously America proved that they are truly the land of the free, because if a convicted felon got into presidency, I don't even know how he was allowed to run. Surely there's a law that has to be in place that doesn't allow felons or criminals to run. I don't know how it worked. But then again, it kind of shows the competence of human beings. Like, for example, in the UK, when people start to do nonsense, Rishi Sunak, Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, the people are very quick to, you get what I mean? Say, yo, get out of office. Same for like their own party members get out of office. Same for like in France. When things happen they don't like, the people are very quick to act. But in America, I don't know. Maybe there's because it's like there's so many people and there's such a divide. Like, I don't know who thought, because, for example, I was talking to my brother about this, and he told me something that, oh, Trump hasn't actually, talked about anything that's going to fix their issues. All he's like is, oh, you know what, I'll do it to the best of my abilities. But what does that mean? You get what I mean? And I guess, obviously, on the other side of the argument, people are like, Kamala Harris says she's going to do X, Y, Z when she's in office. But, she's already in office. So it's kind of like, why are you telling me you're going to do something when you get there, even though you're there? If that makes sense. So I kind of see both sides. But again, we're not American. We don't live in America. I've never even been to America. So I don't know how the system...
Really?
No, I haven't.
First.
So I don't even know how the system works, like even on a fundamental level. But for me...
Disneyland.
This one in Paris, isn't it?
Disney World, the big one.
I've never been to America. Like I've never been to Canada. I've not left Europe. But for me, apart from Dubai, that was like a stopover when I was like 11. But yeah, for me, I just feel like America is in a situation where I don't even know whoever president you choose is a bad and badder, but it's a worse and worse. Like Joe Biden and Donald Trump.
Yeah,
How
it's like the
you,
lesser of two evils.
you get what I mean? It's kind of like
I just feel like it's not morally great for the next generation because it just keeps it teaches them like bad people can actually win because this guy's actually a felon.
So late for the female woman power.
It's not even that.
And you know what's so funny? You know Donald Trump was the one that stopped Hillary Clinton as well. He stopped the two women.
It's actually like
He stopped the two ladies.
Because some people actually voted a felon over a woman. Like,
that's the power. That's the power.
That's so
In
deep.
A racist felon.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Sam.
Sam.
Here
What's
we
it the
go,
one
guys. You know, there's one thing that I will not like accept. Like, it's okay to say this about him and he's this, but to say he's not racist, Sam.
Was he not the one talking about people eating our cats and dogs? What did he say again?
Yeah, but that's the immigrants.
That's what.
So the immigrants are the human beings. The people are eating cats and dogs because they're different color.
Yeah, what do they call it? The people that eat cats and dogs.
Sam.
No,
Sam.
wait.
Sam, you know, one.
Let me talk. You're never gonna let me talk. What
Me
the
here,
hell?
I'm an immigrant.
Wow.
That there is an immigrant.
Oh my days,
I
let me
just wanted
talk.
to
Let me talk.
warn you guys.
Half this audience are immigrants, bro.
Screen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, God damn, like, what's it called? Like, it's like, like, you know how what they call it? They let all the.
It was carefully, yeah.
No, say it. I actually want to hear what wants to say.
No, like they overdid like the border thing. So a lot of people came into the country and they didn't do a lot of vetting.
They didn't do overdoing.
So what does
There was
that
nothing
have to
done.
do with
Okay,
the
let me give
fact
an
that
example, right?
Initial principles and life aspect
You see-
of what he thinks is that in racism.
It's not even in racism. Like I mean, it
Wait,
is, but
how is it even? I
As
don't
in,
get.
like naturally, he
How is it
thinks
what?
that like women are supposed to be obedient and that black women are lesser.
the thing with America, right? America is a kind of place where it's kind of like morals and principles, right? Let me give you an example. The whole issue,
Racist, he's a racist.
the whole issue of what the whole issue.
Okay,
Of,
I don't know.
yeah. I don't know why you're defending this guy. I don't know why you're.
Like I said, our opinions don't count.
I feel like sometimes people don't really, deep the racism.
Because for me, I think Trump is definitely what you call it. Trump is definitely what you call it. It has to be, I don't want to call him racist. Obviously, he is, but I'm not going to, for this time, using the wrong terminology. But I think, for example, right, Trump is a guy where his issue is not even.
Sure all his house help are Asian, like ladies, so that he can help the empire grow. Exact sentence.
You get what I mean? Like this guy is. So it's, for me, it's a kind of like, for example, right, when Trump first came in 2016, he was screaming about what you call it, building the wall. To this day, I think he passed the bill, then blocked his own bill. I don't know who.
Wait. But Trump didn't start the wall. Obama just started.
It was Trump was the one that said I'll build a wall.
No, Obama started the wall.
I know now, but Trump. That's what Trump was pushing. He was pushing against immigration. He was saying, "Oh, the people are coming in, not taking our jobs, but filtering out." And to be fair, he does have an accurate point, because if you do look at the data, a lot of the crime is because there's been a spike in crime, and it has the major percentage have been a lot of unvetted or illegal immigrants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I understand that obviously that doesn't then account for him saying, you know what, anybody who's here illegally die, like what they do in Poland. It's not like you know what I mean.
Oh my god, for that crime thing, do you actually know how it works? Like, there's a proper study that goes into that. If anybody did sociology, it's like a whole thing on crime and deviance and why BME people are more likely to commit crime. So black and minority ethnic people, and it's because they live in like neighborhoods and like societies that are like broken down and stuff, and they have like no other way to survive, so they commit crimes of money, or they come from like households that they're not socialized properly, so they just become like not very nice people, and that's why they're more likely to commit crime. So maybe if we solve that issue, then there'll be less crime. Just my point. I don't know.
I think that
and
makes.
There's different types of crime. There's white collar crime. White people, like more affluent people, commit like white collar crime and stuff.
I think one thing again.
And then just when bad people want to do stuff, they'll do it. It doesn't matter if they're an immigrant or not.
Yeah,
in my
I think
opinion.
obviously it's kind of different when it's like, for example, if somebody broke a plate in your house, that's your kid and not your kid. As much as you can see it the same, you will not see it the same because that's not your child. So it's kind of like, and one thing people forget, and I guess it's an America problem, is me personally, if I was a country and I didn't want immigrants in my country, I would just kick them out. because America has now become the super of the world, they're everybody's father. So now they have to, if you Americans kick immigrants out, oh, America is racist, America is, because now they can't, when you become a figurehead of the world, you just have to take everything. So now they can't kick people out. Like, if they wanted to build a wall, that's racist, why are you blocking people from leaving their country?
Built on the backs of immigrants, so the country itself was built by the slaves, which were immigrants that they took.
They were even
without their own opinion.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying now, but that's like saying, oh, the person that built your house comes back 10 years later and wants to live in your house. And
You
you're
and
saying,
these friggin' analogies.
that's the truth.
Please.
Yeah, because I don't get, if it was built off slaves, so then I'm not
just
saying it was right.
you
But
know, like that's why.
Yeah, well, wasn't it our forefathers that sold us?
because if we're stepping back to the good days, I'm not backing him, Sha. Let me just clear. Me and him are not on the same page.
Wasn't it our forefathers that gave
Okay, even if our forefathers sold us, right? Even if our forefathers sold us, I don't believe. At the end of the day,
I'm sorry.
people say,
Where did you learn slave trade? Like, in what country did you learn about the slave trade?
we did.
Yeah, we did.
This is a
No,
fact.
no, but
That's how it started.
Wait, Sam, in what country did you learn the slave trade?
Yo, that's
No, I'm not. I didn't say it wasn't a fact. I'm just asking you a question. Jeez.
No, it's just a fact that I know.
Yeah, but in what country?
I
I'm just.
all the African countries.
No, just answer. Like, in what country did you learn it? Like, where was your lessons?
No, I just learned from like self-study. Like,
So you didn't learn slave trade in here?
I
In the UK?
learned slave trade in
Where did you
Nigeria,
learn it?
Green Springs. We did history. What happened was at the start. Obviously, don't get it twisted. A lot of these Portuguese guys did definitely steal.
Huh?
No, it's true. A lot of these guys definitely like stole people. But one talking about, let's say for the ones I know, what happened was the British or a different group came to Africa. They brought stuff like mirrors, and they came to it started off as the priests or whoever the leaders of the villages were selling their prisoners for the mirrors.
Yeah,
that's how it started.
From other villages.
Villages.
So they
What then
sold
happened is it spiraled.
prisoners.
Yeah, no.
It's not.
But it spiraled. It spiraled out of control. The issue that started then was then like, you know,
It went from a trade to actual taking of
you get what I
people.
mean?
It
Because
wasn't a trade no more.
it spiraled out of
because
control.
It stopped being from a trade and it just started being
Okay.
we're taking everybody. There wasn't paying.
okay, so
No more.
do you think the trade was?
No, I'm not
Was
saying
it-
that it was okay, but please let us not now sit here and say because it started as a trade, the rest of the
I
things that
think
these
even-
people
I
did
think
was
even-
okay.
Yeah,
even
Sam.
even with
Ha.
I think even
I know they took advantage.
even with that's what I was gonna touch on.
They
Even
took
in the trade, right?
piss.
Even with the trade, right? Even if you're talking about the whole trade, okay, they gave it to us. I think as any normal person and I believe, okay, cool. Back then, white people may have had like a higher intelligence in their own field. At the end of the day, before they came to our country, in their own field. Back then, we were not doing science. You cannot compare us doing in the cocoa plantation when these guys were flying planes. What are you talking about? In Nigeria, I'm talking about my country alone. Back in the 1940s, you're not comparing.
Before, no, I'm talking before.
Even if I go for that's what I'm going to say, but even in 1940s.
I'm
was doing
talking
stuff.
I'm
Don't do
talking
that.
before colonization, when we were before anyone moved to anyone else's countries, the level of intelligence, technological advancements that we were at were way further than the technological advancements that British people. They were having the bubonic plague when we were doing different things.
Wait,
that
I think it's
numerically
like
and stuff like
I think it's like unfair to judge like the intelligences because now the world is so westernized and our countries became so westernized. Now we base everything on westernization. Just because they came and taught us their way of life does not mean that it was our way of life and it's better than
That's
their way
that's
of
what I'm
life.
saying. Which
It
is why
was just you only think it's the
No,
better
that's
way
not
of
what
life
I'm
'cause
saying.
that's what we live in
No,
now.
what I said, even when I said it, is because I said they were more intelligent in their field. I didn't say we're dumb. I said in their field. So, for example, we can be better at trading. We can be better at farming.
Obviously, there'll be more intelligent in their
I know.
field
That's
'cause
what I'm
it's their
saying.
field.
That's why I said.
We had trades.
I know nobody's saying we didn't have trade. That's what I said. They were better in their.
Mine was better than theirs.
We was
Yo.
there finding
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now before the
We're just not
That's what-
part of the. It's just not Western society.
Why do you think they took us? Because we were strong. Like
That's what I'm
we're
saying.
stronger than
It's
them.
just-
Like we were machines. That's why they took us.
It's just not Western society. Like
But-
there was
but-
a whole
but-
society
Yeah.
before that.
Why am I gonna be there saying like we put this on our soul?
I do not think so.
No, yes we did.
Okay, Sam. Let me ask you a
No.
question. Sam, let me ask you a question.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop. Can we stop?
No.
I just made
No,
an
bro.
expression Please cut it out.
Well,
Thank you. I just went ew because you just shocked me.
I don't.
I think
I don't
saying we
think-
brought it on ourselves is such a colonized way of thinking.
It's not. Yeah, I don't think
It's
we
such
brought
a
on ourselves.
colonized way of thinking. We did not bring it on
Brought
ourselves.
on ourselves is crazy, bro.
It's actually such a colonized way of thinking.
I don't think. That's,
Well, I've been everywhere. That's why I've seen everything. So what I was saying, me saying all this like, oh, we're growing up, so it doesn't mean we're like the blame is all on us. Like I get they took advantage of our like I won't say stupidness, but like of our
You know, it was by force.
it wasn't always by force. It didn't start off by
It didn't
force.
start by force.
I'm not gonna say.
But when they took it, it was as in like, oh, these are our prisoners trading and stuff like that. But when it got out of hand,
Yeah,
it
no,
was by
but
force.
that's what I'm saying. Like the start of it, like we started.
I implore you guys to pick up a book.
It was trade.
Just pick up a book that was not written by somebody on this side of the waters.
So you guys are saying
Just pick up a
first
book.
trade, like them selling the prisoners to the white people were calm.
No, Sam.
But it
Nobody is saying it's okay. Nobody is saying it was calm. Nobody was saying that it's all right. It was vile. It was wrong. It was disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not what you're saying. Actually, you're saying that we brought it on ourselves. And let me explain why that is that's not a what's the called thing to say. We did not bring it on ourselves. This trading of slaves now, this was a handful of people and a handful of slaves. And this thing, horrible. It was actually a very horrible thing, first of all. And it started off as a trade. What you're not understanding is this thing went from how it was multiple different countries coming to so it was the first country, I think it was the Portuguese that got to Africa first. Even them coming to Africa was like, oh, this is unknown lands. Let's go and explore. Do you know what it means for you to leave your country? Not only to leave your country now and start a trade, but for you to leave your country and be like, oh, I don't think these people to leave your country in hopes of taking over another country because you feel like these people are less than you. And now not only are you taking away prisoners, you're taking away random individuals from their country, bringing them to your country, making them come and work for you. That is what colonization is. They took.
Let me paint a picture for
and
you.
put it under the empire. How is that fine?
Let me paint a picture for you.
And this went on for years.
Let me paint a picture for you. Like, would you describe a? Okay, let me paint this picture. You're telling me, an African guy, muscular, like ripped and everything, like an animal, like okay.
You see the racism. You see the racism. You see the racism coming in there.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
Animal. Sam.
Sorry.
No, an animal like me, like
Who? I'm so sorry, Sam.
No,
Who taught you to hate yourself?
Wait, oh my days.
Because this is what this is. Who actually taught you to hate the skin that you're in?
Wait, hold on. Let him
land.
Don't land that plane, please.
Just let him talk. Let him finish.
You guys are what do you call it? You're miss what do you call it?
Misinterpreting.
Misinterpreting what I'm saying. The animal I mean like strong, like vicious, like you can't
Just let him land.
So what about it?
Okay, yeah.
Like back then, I'm talking about like back then, like, and you're telling me a white guy from what do you call it, like
Portugal or Britain.
British guy with like the red caves and shit. They came to Africa, like steaming hot, like they never experienced this weather.
I think,
and you're telling me they overpowered us.
Okay. Let me explain. Hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me explain.
You know they had guns, right?
Wait, that's what I'm saying.
We didn't have guns. They had guns.
Hold on. Let me explain. The truth.
Sam, I implore you to pick up a book.
Hold on. The truth about the whole thing, right? And all of this. The truth about the whole thing, right, is obviously you need to understand, which is why the first statement I said was white people were more advanced in their field. And if we notice a big trend, not white people, but the British and the different people, because obviously all white people are different. The field we can notice even in everyday life is those people in the West, their field is, destruction. When you think about bombs, all of this big stuff is them. Back then they had guns. That's how they overpowered us. We had spears, we had rocks, we had everything. Truth, they had guns. Sam, if somebody look, when you think of the battle of Britain, all of this stuff, right? In Africa, obviously we had our own type of wars, but it was never as large scale as theirs. Those guys had more weaponized advancements. They had guns, they had cannons, they had ships, they had Deep Matcher said these guys designed boats designed to carry thousands of people. If you did not plan it before you left, you get what I mean? How do you even build a boat to carry thousands of prisoners? It was planned,
It's
bro.
actually planned. And
planned
one of the things that they did trade, one of the things that they brought over to Africa to trade was actually gunpowder. To tell you that we did not actually have it. And wait, do you understand how deep this thing had to be? Let me explain something to you. There's something called the Igbo landing. These are slaves that literally jumped overboard because they would rather have died than gone to where they were going. That's how deep this thing was. A whole country was named Slave Coast. This was not a joke.
Sam, do you want to know where the joke came from? Where they say black people can't swim?
It was because of that.
Oh my gosh,
You know when
guys.
There's generations in this.
Right? What? Guys, they started it first though. You see Australian people, original Australian people, right? They were kicked out of Australia.
Aboriginals,
and
Native Americans.
British
It's been a thing that Christopher
people
Columbus discovered
sent
America.
their
Like there wasn't people there already.
So
like
British
it's stuff
people
like that.
sent their prisoners
the winners
from
always rewrite
Britain.
history. No?
So
Exactly.
when prisons were like full, they said the same thing. They sent their prisoners to Australia. They kicked out the natives to the far corners. They sent their prisoners there, and then after a few years, that they released their hundreds of years, they released their prisoners, and so like a lot of the new Australians there are British, like.
Yeah, they're British.
That's why
British
even
natives.
Australia's flag, the ties to Britain, there's very, very
Because it's
British.
under the Commonwealth and everything.
Yeah.
But I understand, like, we're not all gonna forget the fact that, yeah, it started off as a trade. Our people did stuff wrong. Yeah, we did. But Sam, we did not bring, that was not the plan. We did not bring this shit on ourselves.
And I think then again, people always talk about, obviously, us doing it first. I think we don't talk about the other side. As a human being, somebody sells you another living life. And okay, they sell you is one part. You then decide to torture them. That's two different sides of the spectrum. One is buying a human. The second is then torturing them.
Do you know what it means for countries? The whole continent had to get their own independence back. A country has to take their own country back. You have to be renamed by people that just came like, please, Sam. It's actually not a joke.
To be fair, I think even with the whole independence period,
we still don't even have it back.
I mean, yes, we have independence in it, but
we actually don't have it back.
Yeah, I mean, they own our land, they own everything.
This stuff, this is what you don't understand. Like, colonization is still so deep rooted in.
Congo is one of the only countries that grows coltan, which is in every single iPhone. Your iPhone can't work without coltan. Every single piece of it was taken.
I think.
From the land.
When we talk about that aspect, though, that's when stuff like corruption comes into play.
Yeah,
Nowadays, all of this they're not stealing from us. They are facilitating the stealing. For example, right, it's kind of like the whole drug dealing thing. If nobody buys, nobody supply. That's the truth. If let's say, right, your president and all the people in power, you get what I mean? If your president and the people in power, right, don't actually have deals with these companies, have you ever seen Jeff Bezos foot down in Congo, mining it for himself?
He said, Sam said something.
Biological warfare, nuclear warfare. There's things that they have put in place, things that they did, right? Look at all of the wars that are in the Arab countries because they want to take back their oil and they want to take back their land. All of that chaos there is because they wanted to take it back.
Sam said something. He said there's always two sides to a story. Yes, there's always two sides to a story, yeah. But this whole issue of colonization and slave trade, no matter how you want to spin it, that we did start selling our people. Sam, we started off by selling prisoners. How did we go from selling prisoners to entire nations?
And you want to know why? And you want to know why this is bad, right? Let me give you a perfect example. Even if you look in the Bible, you look everywhere, right? You look in different places. Slavery, right, was fine, but most slaves were prisoners or people you would never see. You get what I'm trying to say? The everyday person was not a slave. You get what I'm trying to say? The issue with colonization was the everyday man. I could be walking on the street, they could look at me and take me away.
Not only now that these people actually come and take slaves, they did not just take slaves, they did not just take people, they took resources, they took artifacts.
They took everything they could pick up.
How do we have to go to a museum in England to see our history. Do you understand that what was done? They have wiped out an entire history of a people, of a continent. That's why people like you can sit down and say that it was our fault, because we're not learning these things. That's why people will come and say that, oh, that Edo statue is what did they even call it again? Yeah, no, not even that. They'll say it's Satanism, because that's your culture and you don't know nothing about it. And you need to understand that it's still so deep rooted in our like society. And today, these people actually sat and taught us to hate ourselves.
Yeah, 100%.
They taught us to hate
That's
ourselves.
100%. And
Now they've brought us to a country where we can't even win. The system was absolutely set against us. So many, like a massive reason why our continent is still the same way it is today is because of colonization. This thing that happened, it left years and years and years of just chaos and fallback. It's insane, because right now we are still so deep rooted in colonization. You guys don't even understand. We've got independence back, but no, this
Not
was
really independent.
generations of trauma that these people have actually left on us. It's insane.
And I think you
It
get what I
is
mean. Like, for example, even if you go
insane.
to what do you call it? Even if you go to like Southern Asia, right? You go to India. The beauty standard is Northern Indians, Punjab people, the lighter skin. The beauty standard is white people. You get what I'm trying to say? That's in Asia. Go to Nigeria. The lighter you are, the fairer you are, the more attractive you are. Even the
Why
wigs.
do you think that
like,
happened?
Well, maybe it's just me, but for me, I just don't buy into the like the way. No, you know how you're saying, oh, people they bleach the skin because of white people. Like, I don't buy into I don't buy into the victim.
Okay, let me ask you a question, right? Wait, hold on, Sam.
No, wait.
Okay, let me just ask.
Because wait. If you,
Do you know
wait.
how
Let
bad you
me
have to be tortured mentally?
Let me land. Because
Generationally torturing
let me land.
people.
Because you buying into the victim mindset is like you're giving them more power. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's not about buying into the victim mindset. It's about obviously accepting reality, the truth of the matter, and what happens every day. For example, okay, who taught us being Who taught us being lighter is better?
See, like
Who taught you to hate?
Who taught you? Here's the question. Like, for example, who taught? Okay, who taught?
And then you guys are just
We're just giving an example. Like, for example, in countries that were colonized by the British, like India, before they split to India and Pakistan, whatever it was called before. Why is it that in India, Northern Indians, Punjabi people, or Southern Pakistanis are deemed the most attractive because they're lighter? Who do they look up to, or who was in control of them that they looked up to for them to have that concept?
This is generation.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That you guys are giving them the power.
No, it's not giving the power. It was beaten into them.
I don't think it's giving.
No,
Okay,
sorry. I'm sorry. You don't
Do you
understand.
know how crazy it is, that we have my national language is a different language to the language that the people of the land speak, right? I'm Congolese, The national language in Congo, the national language is like everybody speaks French. Like everyone's speaking French. That's how they train this, that, and the third. The language of the country is Lingala. There are other subsects because it was like a kingdom, so it was like a really big thing, like the Kingdom of Congo. So it's like that's the whole Kikongo language, and you've got Swahili on the top. So some people speak Swahili, and you've got like all of the different tribes have different languages. It's like a whole kind of like ecosystem of languages. But the fact that someone came in and was like, no, this language is silly. You're gonna now speak this language.
Okay, let me even give an example. Even when they taught you in school, right, they say, oh, we speak English in Nigeria because we were colonized by the British. They speak Congo. Everything has to do with colonization. For example, right, why? Okay, let me give an example. In our mind, why are we so fixated on the West? It's the truth of the matter. Everybody say, oh, Jackpot, they want to leave to where? The West. Everybody wants to run away from where they're from to the West. Why?
It's also stuff like, like when this whole colonization thing happened and these people came and they took these resources, I'm not going to say that like, because you're going to say it's victim mindset, they took everything away from us, we couldn't do anything. They have left us so like destabilized in our own nations that we literally need them for almost everything. It's like, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's not like, this is not something that happened overnight. This is years and years of like a brainwashing. Like when somebody continues to take, it's systematic.
Do you know how crazy it is that you can control people's mindsets?
They've left nations so destabilized that they can't they can't even help themselves.
Yeah. Let me
Like
give you-
we actually need their help for almost everything. Speak to so many
Let
of
me-
your parents.
Let me
bro.
even give you an example, Sam. Do you know how mad it is during the Biafra War? Explain to me how Russia, China, and the UK were involved, and America in a war that was
Biafran War.
How? Because Russia was supplying guns to the Igbo. Why? You can't try to say what would they do?
Exactly.
What?
And you know, you need to
You guys
understand
can see.
that this is supplying guns to the Igbo people. Do you understand what that is? Giving them guns to go and fight the other side, so that why
They can
this
spread
country
them.
will continue fighting till today. Till
Because
today,
when
Nigeria
there's
is still
chaos,
recovering
they can
from
send
that.
NATO
Okay.
and the UN,
Sam,
and they'll do that. Oh,
I'll give you two more examples. Think of the war in Vietnam. America went to Vietnam to stop Russia spreading communism. America went to Vietnam to stop the Vietnamese people from believing what they want to.
Exactly. Do you like?
Like, do you know how
I
crazy that is?
know.
When
I
everyone's
actually
communism?
implore like. I feel like it's so, and this is the issue. I feel like when you've grown up, even in Nigeria, like not even growing up in the UK, in Nigeria, if you open those books, because again, British curriculum, everything is so westernized. When you actually sit down and learn like history, like what these people, not I'm gonna say what people did to other people is insane. It is years of brainwashing. It's years of destabilizing a whole race
The
of
whole
people.
the
a
whole war
continent.
the whole war in Afghanistan, right? Recently, do you want to know why America pulled up? Do you know how bad it is for you to go and support the people that you are fighting to free, and the people take your guns and start shooting at you? Like America got chased out of the country they came to save, or they've been saved
Why
for the last years.
why do
Why
you
were they
think
there?
these things are happening? It's not a victim mindset thing. It's actually systematic. The system that they built is set up against us. And the problem is we would never learn this part of history. I did A-level history, and it was mostly like we were learning stuff about like World War II and the effects of World War II, and that the German guy that was like really horrible and stuff, and how Churchill.
The way you didn't say his name, you just said the German guy.
Yeah, the German guy that was really horrible, and all the stuff that that he
Mouth.
did, and how Churchill, and you know, like one of Churchill and Roosevelt's and all their points. One of their points was literally, what's that thing that he said? There's an iron curtain that's descended upon Europe. One of their points was that what the guy was doing was so bad. Like we cannot allow him continue to do this sort of thing to humanity. What was he doing? He was locking people up. He was wiping away a whole race. And do you know how crazy it is for somebody to stand up there and say we cannot allow him continue to do this kind of stuff to humanity while having an entire empire of countries that are not free?
Yeah.
Do you know how insane that is to say? And I'm now sat in this class and I'm asking.
And another thing, and I'll touch on that before it quickly goes past, is because one thing I've noticed, right, and there's a lot of things. Certain countries, I'm not going to specify, don't really care unless it affects them.
You see,
If this was happening in Africa, what's his name? The guy who invented the peace sign, what's his name? The British guy.
Churchill.
He would have been like, oh, what a shame. But when the moment he started touching France and touching Austria,
You know how,
It was
That's
an
why
issue.
it was such an issue because of the type of people.
You know when the Ukraine war
that-
was announced, a news reporter, she was speaking to
she
was like, oh, this doesn't happen to people like us.
That's why that again Ukraine
As in, like,
again
war
Ukraine.
shouldn't happen to white
It
people.
was such a horrible war. Like it was actually I feel so sorry for everybody that was involved, everyone that was displaced. Do you know that even at that point, even at the point of this Ukraine war, when their country is actually like on fire, literally blowing up, they still had time for racism. They still had time to be kicking black people off the
They
street.
kicked black people off the train.
They still had time for racism when the whole
There's a
country
war,
was.
but you can remember
And deep how the UK took it so seriously. We were all wearing yellow to school.
I think, to be fair, in my mind, which is why I'm going to touch on the whole racism thing, I think